All right, so I just opened up and assembled my Oster indoor smokeless grill with the Diamond Force non-stick coating. Got this for Christmas from my grandparents, Christmas 2023, Christmas 2023. So it is January 2nd, 24. And I just tried to look up some videos on YouTube of like reviews or anything. And there's like nothing. Just like 2 videos. So you know what? I'm gonna contribute. Hey Rory, this is my cat. He's been real nosy. So I already assembled it. It kind of was hard to put the handle together for a second, but I got it. So just look at the instructions, you know. Hold the handle from the underside and then have the lid upside down with the gasket in, and then use a screwdriver to screw it together, because I was trying to finger thread it at first and it wasn't lining up, so I had to get the screwdriver out to get it going. But let's go on over to the kitchen and I'll show you what I got going on. I'm just winging it today because there ain't no reviews, there ain't no tutorials, we're just winging it. All right, so over here in the kitchen, here is my smokeless grill. I just preheated it for 10 minutes like it says to do in the instruction manual before using it. I hand washed all the parts, dried them, reassembled the thingamajiggy, put water in the drip pan in the bottom, very bottom, up to the max line. And I've got some steaks thawing, some homegrown steaks from my aunt that lives over in Saltillo, Texas. So this cow had a name. Thank God I don't know the cow's name, because that would make me feel weird about eating it. But got these steaks thawing. They're still pretty frozen, so I'm gonna wait a bit. But you know, you got your power button, turn it on. You could set your temperature. The default temperature it likes to set to is 430. Let's see, the max is 460. All right. And you got this fan to run whenever it's hot to avoid the smokiness, I guess. Like I said, I'm just winging it. I just read the need to know basis from the manual and I'm winging it. So I'm gonna let these steaks thaw. Turn this off. I'm gonna let these steaks thaw and I'll get back to you. And we'll see how these things go. Bye. All right, now before I get started, like turning it on, heating it back up, because my steak is now thawed, I just wanted to take a second to take it apart. This is the like grilling surface with the coating on it, the Diamond Force coating. It said that this is machine washable, top rack only. And then the next layer down is the heating element with the power button and the fan and all that. The fan, I think, is in there somewhere. It can be disconnected if you're washing it or whatever. I don't know. I just kind of skimmed the instructions. And then this is the drip pan. Yeah, this is not machine washable. The drip tray is all the way at the bottom. It's full of water. I'm not gonna take it out because I'm one-handed right now. Yeah, this is the kind of like catch pan or whatever. This is where like the drippings will come down from the meat. It is not machine washable though, according to the handbook, dealio. So let me pop this back in here. Next is the heating element. And one of the things that I thought was a concern, oh, it just turned itself on for a second. Oh, not really. All good. But yeah, one thing that I was concerned about was wouldn't drippings from here get onto the heating element. But if you look under here, you can put the non-stick surface down either way on top of the heating element, and these grooves that are built in like cover the heating element so that it won't like have food drip onto the heating element. And I think that's pretty cool. I love that because it means that I don't have to clean that part So there's only really 3 parts you gotta clean. This one, and then the drip dish. Sorry, there's like some pieces of the non-stick coating that are like flaking off, and I'm trying to pick those off. That's a little weird. Don't know if that's good. But this piece and the piece at the very bottom, the tray that you have to put water into, those are machine washable on the top rack, but the rest is not. But I'm ready to start cooking. So, turning it on. I don't know how hot I need it to be for steak, so I'm just gonna go with the 430 that it's got as the default. So that's preheating. Let me get my steaks and I'll be right back. All right, so it's been preheating a couple minutes. I've got my steaks here. I just seasoned them with salt and pepper. That's the way I like to do them. So I'm gonna keep my salt and my pepper over here ready to go for whenever I flip the steaks. And some other things it said that we need are an oil that can handle a high heat. This is avocado oil that I have in this little spray bottle. So I'll be using my avocado oil spray, and I have silicone tongs, silicone covered tongs, so that I'm not scratching the coating. Let me scooch this a little bit closer to y'all, I guess. Man, I feel so high tech. I can kind of see what I'm doing with my smartwatch. I probably got really like meta right there. Probably went Inception-y. All right, I think I'm supposed to run the fan, because like one of the 2 videos of somebody using this thing on YouTube used the fan. So I'm gonna use the fan. And I don't know. There was a light on that is now off, so I think it might be preheated. Oh, I missed. Let me spray with my oil. All right, steaks. These are some New York strips, fresh from the butcher. Well, not fresh, but they've been in my freezer for a bit. So, I don't know. Let me wipe up this oil that I mixed with. And I'm thinking I'll start with about 5 minutes per side. So, I'm gonna set a timer for that. And I'll check back in with y'all in 10 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes has passed. I just flipped them over. Got some good grill lines going on, but they're still very red in the middle. So here's my plan for the second 5 minutes. I'm gonna put the cover on, make it a little bit more like an oven situation, keep that heat inside and let it get all over. But again, 5 minutes ain't that long. So I'm gonna see how it's looking at the end of the second 5 minutes, and then go from there. I don't know, we'll see. See you in a bit. All right, so it's actually been about 7 minutes. I added a couple minutes because I don't know if you can see, it's not really getting less red in the middle. So this is where we're at. Where my tongs are covering is actually like the reddest part. So that's where we're at. I don't know. Definitely cooked a little bit more on that side. So I'm gonna flip it over one more time. Cook it like another 5 covered. And then I guess come in and like cook up, sear the sides a little bit and see where we're at. And I think that'll be a good, maybe medium rare, which is what I like to go for. And I've been doing this all on the lowest temp, 430. In the future, I might try cranking it up to the highest temp, just to get a quicker sear, a quicker cook. But so far, it's looking pretty cool. No fire alarm problems. Then again, I haven't had fire alarm problems for a while, so hope that thing is still doing what it's supposed to be doing. But yeah, see y'all in about 5. All right, it's been another 5 minutes. It's looking a lot more cooked. You can see that? Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of searing the sides of the steak. Give it about a minute on each side. Kind of seal in the juices. I don't know, I feel like I saw this on a video somewhere and I just do it this way. That's what I do. Y'all can just watch me cook this time. I ain't gonna fast forward. Nope. I haven't been counting in my head either. Oh wait, I forgot to turn off the jazz in the background. Ain't nobody got money for copyright. Alright. I don't know, that's probably been a minute. I could see some lines on that. I'm the one eating these. I'm meal prepping. That's pretty good. You press that down a bit, flip it. So it doesn't want to stand up on its own on the fatty side. The fat. So I'm gonna hold you, flip you. Ooh, you good. You looking good, my buddy. All right, I'm just gonna hold these for a bit. Tastes good. This steak juice on my hands. Yeah, that tastes pretty good. Now it's smokeless, so it ain't gonna get that smoky flavor, I guess. But I guess it'll get the flavor from like the char that it's still getting, like the grill lines and all that goodness. All right. That one's kind of standing. And nope. They can't support themselves. They're freeloaders. All right. That didn't work. My cat got scared. All right. Let's get the little tippy tip. Just for a bit. Cook it up. Get the tip. It's a juicy buddy. I see those juices running. Alright, get the other side. I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to try this. But I'm meal prepping. I can afford to take a bite. Probably I'll take a bite out of the middle. Because my plan was to meal prep these for 4 days worth of food. Cut each one in half. But I don't know. It's starting to look more like a 3-day prep. I'll slice them up. I'll cut them into slices like a seared ahi tuna deal. I'll probably put it with like a salad, or I've got a bunch of spinach, so I just got to do something with all that spinach. All right, fans off, power's off. I'm gonna cut these babies up. Let's see how I'm gonna do this right here. I got my cutting board. That's not very hot right there. The plastic housing. All right. So this is all just on my counter. Plenty of space. Check my knife. It's sharp enough. All right. So what I'm gonna do is take these off the heat. I'm gonna let them rest for a couple minutes, so that the fat can kind of like harden or like congeal within it. So like whenever I cut them, that all the moisture doesn't just come running out. So I'm gonna let them set for a few minutes. I guess I'll just set another timer for 5 because it's already set for 5 from when I stopped it earlier. And I'll slice them up, prep them up for my meals, for my lunches this week. All right, see y'all in a bit. All right, I'm back. It's been a little bit longer than 5 minutes. I actually took the time to cook some spinach, mushrooms, and onions that I had left over from making a quiche earlier this week, or weekend, whatever. So now it's been a good bit, probably like 10, 12 minutes. So I'm gonna slice up one of my steaks here. Oh yeah, that definitely came out solid, medium rare. Maybe closer to medium. I don't know if you can see what color we're getting here. So this is about halfway down the steak. It's got some rarer stuff there in the middle. There, it's a little bit darker. I'm cutting about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch slices. I like that. I think this is great. I think I did just right. So that was about, I did 5 minutes on one side, 5 minutes on another, 7 minutes on the other side, and then another 5 minutes. So altogether that was about 15, 16, 17. So maybe do more like 7 minutes on a side, 8 minutes on a side to get where you want to get. But seems pretty good. I'm just prepping my stuff. Let me eat a piece. I'll just keep picking. I'm gonna eat that piece that I showed earlier, the one when I said I got halfway. All right. A little chewy. Tastes good. Pretty good. I didn't marinate. Maybe if you made a marinade with like liquid smoke, you could kind of make up for missing out on smoke. But I like that. I do want to experiment with this to see if I can do chicken breast, like grilled chicken breast, maybe with a digital thermometer so that it'll go off whenever it reaches like what, 160, 165, so that it doesn't get dried out. That's something that I've been awful at. I'm awful at meal prepping chicken. I've kind of given up on meal prepping chicken because it always comes out so dry. So this gives me a little bit of hope. My only concern is the cleanup. If that pan, if that griddle is gonna fit on my top rack, I might just try to sneak it down on the bottom rack. And then I gotta hand wash the liner, the drip thing. So, hand washing, not fun. But hey, doesn't seem too bad. It's a heck of a lot easier than cleaning my my cast iron with the grill lines in it. That gets to be a pain. It's hard to get in between those grill lines whenever I clean my cast iron. My cat is wilding, licking on an orange in my fruit basket. So I'm gonna keep trying this thing out. The biggest problem I have with it is figuring out where I'm gonna put it, storage wise. Because my apartment, I already have so many like cooking gadgets and stuff, so I'm gonna have to assess maybe some things I might need to get rid of. This steak had a big fat cap that was like really thick on the end, but I'm feeling good. Check it out. I don't know how much they paid for it, but dude that bought one in 2022 found it for 30 bucks. So keep an eye out for these things. Good budget way to do some grilling inside, not have to set off your smoke alarm, get some of that seared flavor. I don't know. If this video does okay, maybe I'll follow up with how my chicken comes out. All right, peace.